right, big up yourself, kings and queens. If you know you're unoriginal, big up yourself, and welcome to another episode of the Big Up Yourself Show. I am your host, Winsome Alexander. I am also known as the Big Sister. I'm a self empowerment mentor specializing in supporting adult survivors of childhood trauma, and I've been nominated one of Texas' most inspiring women. So, welcome. We invite you to stay, subscribe, give us a like, and please do express your opinion. If you watch any portion of this video, you will have some opinion or other. Please drop it in the comment section. Your comments really make a whole lot of difference to us. And please share with someone who might benefit from this video. Welcome once again. Oh my gosh, I have a special guest today. He is only the second male to grace the Big Up Yourself stage, and he is a brother from Jamaica doing some amazing things. Oh my God, welcome my brother. It is so good to see you. Woo!
Bless up, my sister, myself, and some, big up to everybody. I mean, when tune into this channel, I'd advise the ones them for support great moves like this. We see too much great things like this come, and ones give up this by not getting the full support. So I ask the ones them for support the movement here. I mean, amazing movement. I would just say, yo, big up on yourself, though.
This is so cool. This is so cool. And I love that your background is so perfect. Oh my God. I know a lot of people in Jamaica. I sure do wish I could be right where you are right now. So yeah, thanks for showing us that. Oh my God.
Yeah, bless.
All right. Now you guys, my brother here, and I love that I have the privilege of calling him brother, right? His thing is so unique in that not only does he guide a tour in Jamaica, but he educates along the way, right? He tells us stories about the area, about the people, the Maroons who settled there way back from the 1700s and who first settled there. And then he talks about the plants and stuff that grow around there, right? Oh my God. Welcome. Hey, tell me about your name. I want to know what you prefer to be called.
It's just last night. I was saying to a friend that I know that I've noticed recently that nobody calls me Maurice no more. So most people call me Kromanti now. And yeah, so it's the preferred name now. Why? It's because of what it all mean to me too,
Yes.
And just to see and remember that I said I wanted to brand myself with this name so the name won't fade, you know what I mean? So people would know of it and put it out there in the world, and to see that it's happening,
Yes.
and yeah, it's a great joy,
I love it. I love it.
if it able now if I was at an event last night and people just walk up to me, Kromanti, what go on? People are shouting from them car, me I pass Kromanti, what go on? So I the preferred name now,
I like it.
Yeah,
I
right.
like it. Somebody on IG commented yesterday after our post that what does Kromanti mean though? Is it the original source of patois? I'm like, watch the show tomorrow and you'll find out what Kromanti means. So enlighten us. What does Kromanti mean?
And I would have said to that person, definitely them would have right, based on their answer to it. Because Kromanti is really, it's not just our language, it's our dance, our way of life, is who we are as a people, it's so we have the language, we have the dance, we have the Kromanti play, which is a it's also a healing session where, ones used to drum to heal them one another and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
so it means a lot to us, and it's something that we take from Ghana with us,
Yes.
through all that atrocities, and we are able to maintain it up to this time. Ones in Suriname still use practice Kromanti and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, big up to the viewer, big up to the one, because them knock the nail, right there, because Kromanti is basically is like the patois to the tree, and then Jamaican patois would have be like the grandchild now. Say they have the tree would have be the grandparents,
Yeah.
Kromanti would have be the parents, and then
Yes.
patois would have be like the grandchild, in the whole of that. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh my God. So Kromanti is a way of life. Yeah. It's
yeah,
like a subculture. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Yeah. That's so cool. So good to know. And I
yeah,
hope
yeah.
he tunes back in. I don't see him here, but I hope he tunes back in and gets the answer to that question because I didn't know either. So I'm glad that you explained that to me. All
Yeah.
right, so cool. So now this is a platform for sharing our stories of trauma and difficulties that we have overcome because us overcoming and sharing our stories helps to inspire others to also overcome and to also share to help somebody else, and the healing continues like a domino effect. All right.
Yeah.
So then we also go on to share our businesses and our projects and what we're doing today. So if you don't mind, take us to a time that was difficult for you and how you got to this place today.
Uh, it funny you ask this in a time like this too, when we're definitely, on a verge of overcoming, um, and not even overcoming, but able to manage, because stuff like this would generally sometimes not definitely overcome it, but we could say, we're able to manage it, where it don't break us all the time. Um,
Yes.
So, 2 years ago, my mom passed. And the only thing that I can say, is something that really, because I found her, she passed away in her sleep and thing. Um, and at the time, I could tell her that, yeah, I feel the pain and all of that, but that is when Kromanti Fest was born. And but in that and all of that, I try to drown myself in like work and creating, and just making certain that I stay on my game. But like after recently, after the one last year, um just seeing the joy and seeing all that that is happening, for me, and knowing how much my mom did believe in the vision, and she was like my number one cheerleader.
Yes.
um Everything come, and it shook me.
Yes.
So even with social media, ones like you where pay attention a lot, would I realize me missing for like maybe 3 4 months of social media in a way,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because then what I mean, we'd have to try for balance with space, and I try for overstand everything that happen around me at the time, and you know other ones that I really love and care about as friends is like things that happen between me and them, and it's never like nothing like vibe or have any vibe or anything like that, but it just was like some tensions, and for me it just met me because me just shut down and just shut in on myself, and start work on it in a way, for understand it. I may realize is because I feel like that shelter what me have from her is like me still a search for it among people, around me. And
Yeah.
and I'm never realize that really.
Yeah.
It's just that it's just when you feel abandoned, you start realize that, when man, so why me that feel like them abandon me? Me and it's not like them are my parents.
Right.
So why may I feel so? And may I realize that it's never really them. It's just the fact that generally when me I go through stuff like this, I could have able to consult with my mother and
Yes.
I mean, do certain little things. She was like my G. So
Yes.
we never have that space there. So not having that space make it able now for a reach feet in other places. And I mean not knowing that you do, I seek that comfort.
Yes.
Um and then me I
Wow.
realize at that me really I do. I mean I say, yo, but really and truly anything, when I mean based on where she always has said to me and how she proud of me and them little thing that I'ma start internalize her voice more than anything else and her vibe and who she was and I just start embrace the pain more and just feel the vibe of it, you know,
Wow.
knowing that there's the earth and all of that and everything and who she was. I mean happy like me there so now I talk and I get emotional, isn't it? But
Yes.
you know, um it's just everything about who she was, and thing me just have to say, yo, yo, that general let you know I'm there, so I use her name. I feel to say, yo, that's why I'm not do this, or that's why I'm not do that, because that me not feel like that right, and she deserved that. To say, oh, everything I'm a bill, all of this I'm a bill, it gonna just crash and gone out of the way, and nothing no come out. Because
Right.
what she did pass, I can't put
Right.
that on her. You get me? I
Yes.
deal with,
Yes.
I couldn't put that on her for say, yo, because of that. She wouldn't want that. And
Yes.
me couldn't do that as a son to say, oh, I lose everything because, you weren't here anymore. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, we're able to deal with that
Mm.
through understanding her and what she want for me. And yeah, right now,
Wow.
anybody was stand up on the train track, better get out of the way because the train and come. You hear that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
cause we well steam up now because I'm taking that steam there. It's a steam train, yeah? So I'm taking that steam there. And
Oh
we
my
forward.
God.
So all the coal, we're well stocked with coal and everything. So we're coming at you. You know what I mean? We're doing it and we are doing it for fair name, we are doing it for the legacy. Me become an entrepreneur because me see her as an entrepreneur growing up. You know what I mean? So that's a legacy where we have to carry forward.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not saying that I overcome it. I never overcome something like that. But
Great.
is able to manage it and using it as a fuel. You know
I
what I
love it.
mean? Like take the positive from it.
Yes.
And I see so many great things happening since then till now. And one of the things that I made use for comfort myself at the time to when she just passed was that I say, yo, she know what she do. You know what I mean? And she realized she want to help me and physically she can't do it right now. So she goes a boom and exit and go up on the spiritual side now to give me a better strength from this.
Wow.
Um
Mm.
and we just comfort ourselves with that because of the only thing we could have find at the time for, make sense of anything. Um And yeah,
Oh my
we're
goodness.
grateful. We're grateful now in ourselves to know what we're there now, how we can manage ourselves within all of this. You know, we're not go can able for do it every day because some of the time them will crack, but
Right.
we never break.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like we're
Yes.
not gonna break, we're not gonna broke. You get me? We're gonna there. We might
Mm-hmm.
crack. Like for real, we might crack. But we're not gonna break. And
Not so
I'm
break.
have to do that. She always I tell me say, yo, even with my children them and them thing there, she and them did close. You know what I mean? And she always I tell me say, yo, for stick by them and do right by them and just the whole vibe of that for no no say yo, if me did forgive up, would I disappoint her for no no say yo, me never
Yes.
fulfill that dream that of she, wanting to see our grandchildren, being,
Mhm.
something, yeah,
Mhm.
what I mean? So
Mhm.
it is a thing where in which there's so many different angles and things that I could just, explain now, but it's a thing where in which um we manage. We never
Nice.
get over it, but we manage it.
Manage it.
I will manage it through positivity, and try to make sense. So, every time we are do something, every goal, every move, we are do it in a fair name. So at the same time now, I have to even start move a bit more wiser. What I mean, with all of the lessons, all of the things, me not dead, she not dead and now from a run to her, for she remind me of what she tell me last week. So my have to make sense and I retain that within me. Even when me not know it, it's
Yeah.
there already. The information is there already. Even if me not like think of it right away, it's within me. What I mean? Somewhere
Yes.
within me already.
It's in there.
So
It's there.
so we just have to just push through. We overcome some great obstacles
Yes.
within the time, and we are here now. You know what I mean? And just to continue the journey and the fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
protect our
Yes.
legacy. I'm a general
Nice.
man.
Oh my God. Nice. Wow. You know, the saying for sometimes for something to live, something has to die. It's almost as you were talking, it's almost like ah because of where she is now and because of her power, her spiritual power, you are even more empowered now.
Yeah, man. Long time, man. Yeah, man.
Mhm. Mhm. So yeah, it's interesting how things happen. Oh my God. So that was a good story. And I appreciate you for being so transparent and sharing that with us. I appreciate it.
Please, man. Yeah, man. And
Um,
some of them things here sometime too, what I mean, as we say, we can't buckle up the things them inside of we,
yes.
Um, you know, um, some of them things here is just like it's just therapy.
Oh,
Is just just knowing now. Say yo, we know, and I think I maybe at the first time I ever like explain it out like that to anyone. What I mean, like how we go through it and how we deal with it, and what I mean, and maybe because nobody never ever asked me either, so I not even did have words for it, but
yes.
um. Yeah, I mean, like
Yes.
sometimes you want a question like that to be asked
Oh my
because
goodness.
because you don't really want to tell nobody and this is what me I say to others out there too. Um, don't ever feel like the people you feel like, all right, Bridget. Because you see them so strong and them a fight. Remember, say yo, every battlefield warrior have scars. We have battle scars. You know what I mean? And some of them, the outside might heal, but the inside still numb. You get me
Yes.
idea? And the ones I'm often know now say, yeah, you see with a smile and we are go through every day and we are do things that we are make people happy to and we are take care of other people. But at the same time, just ask a question, man. You just say it's
Oh,
like you bust a pipe, man.
oh, damn.
You get
Yes.
me idea?
Yes.
The amount of that's a spirit to you, that wonder, yo, and that make that person like 100% lighter going into the next day or the next hour because sometimes some of them think they just dead there. You get me
Yes.
a dealing and because we are warrior, we not just walk and look everybody for just I try to be vulnerable with, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
when not necessary. And because
Right.
so many people depend on us to be strong too, it's like you never want crack in front of them either.
Yeah.
Um because
Wow.
you know them because for them and with them for them strength are based off your inspiration. And if you crack sometime, it make them feel like yo, Jano Star. So if him crack, what left for me to do, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So sometimes we have to hold it. But in a real time, man, it's just because sometimes some of the questions them never ask.
Never get
So yeah, you even have words for it. You wouldn't know how to, you know what I mean, how to put
expressive.
it.
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Because even when I read the question and thing, you know, I still never know what me that I said to you. It's just
Wow.
because I interact with you now as a human and you ask me, now I'm able now to can interact forward now and thing, you know, because I couldn't answer like reading a piece of paper or you know, reading the email. I couldn't answer the question that by reading the email.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's like you never me I say, yo, I'm not go through no trauma. I not have no childhood trauma. I don't remember none of that.
Wow.
You get me? Like, me don't know nothing about none of them someday. You know what I mean? But if you really check it, it is in a some way,
Yes.
somehow. You
It
know what I mean?
is.
Maybe I know something where in which we might take drugs for it or you know what I mean, or do other things or whatever, or act crazy or it affects us, more mentally on a serious stage. But it
Hmm.
in some levels it do affect
It does.
mentally and you know what I mean. So we just I said to the ones them out there, man, just check in for your people and you see I move like them are the toughest out there, you know what I
Check
mean?
on your
Them there, you see
people.
me?
Check on your. Yvette
Yeah.
says, strongest warriors express vulnerability, and that healing makes them stronger. Yeah, yeah. So Maurice is saying, check on those people that appear to be strong. Check on those people who appear to be okay, because you never know.
Uh,
Ask a question. Ask a question. How you feeling today? And then be really interested in the answer, right? Maurice just said he never would have been able to express his deep feelings about the passing of his mother had I not asked a question. So yeah, check in with your people and be really interested in the answer. So wow, that was really good. That was really good. Beautiful. And
Yeah, cause me feel that connection there earlier, like even me, like myself, just feel it.
yeah.
And that's why I said to the ones I'm keep on. May I say it again, that make like everything support the channel. Press the like button there. You get me deal with leave in the comments. So me I deal with share it to a friend. Cause you never know if your friend want to hear what me just say a while ago, You get me deal with. So the share it to two of your friend or three of your friend, man. And
Yes,
encourage them
God.
to share it too. Because
Yes,
you never know who want to hear something.
you never know who
In
wants to
my
hear.
element, so I got hear the dogs them and thing when I in our studio.
That's in Jamaica. I love it. I love it. In Jamaica, man. Oh
Yeah.
my
Because we always want to do that too, because of Kromanti Experience, we never want after do it like, what I mean, in our studio and all of them
God.
vibe. They want
Yeah.
to, everything where we are live because it is real lifetime we are live and where we are share is real life thing.
Mm,
Everything about it is about, it's about real life something.
life.
We're not
Mm.
trying to anything we so put up on social media, that happen, man. We're not trying to
I love
we
your
don't
post.
even we don't try to fake things because
I
it's
love it.
like it
I
not make no
love
sense,
your post. That's why I have a like on everything that you post because I love how you're in your element and you're there doing the thing. I love it. I love when you take a picture and you're just sitting there out in the country or sitting on a rock. You're walking down the
Yeah.
road. I love those posts. I love all of it.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man, give thanks. Give thanks, give thanks.
So now, all
Yeah.
right. So okay. So you host a tour. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I could go back today. You host a tour down there in Jamaica, in Portland, somewhere in the Nanny Falls area.
Yeah.
And listen, this tour, okay, so he says the tour, it's more than a tour, it is an experience. And let me tell you something. On the tour, I learned about um I learned about we have the biggest fern. We have the biggest fern down variety of fern down there in Jamaica, right? And um I learned about a plant that you can use as soap and it lathers up as soap. I learned that. I also learned about a plant that does something weird when it's getting ready to be a storm. I learned all of that on the tour. But let me tell you something. One of the highlights of the tour, one of my best memories of that tour, was the way that you took care of my sister, Sandy. Oh my God. My sister, you guys, my sister has sickle cell. And so she has limited mobility. And so she walks very slowly. But she insists, she was determined that she wanted to go with us, right? To the Kromanti tour. Yeah. So my brother here, oh my God, and the driver that he recommended, they were so gentle and patient and kind to my sister. They all but carried her. Oh my God, just so she could enjoy the tour like everybody else. I'll never, ever forget your kindness to my sister. And because that level of love and caring for someone you don't even know is rare, and it's so beautiful, right? It gives a person faith in humanity. So I just want to say once again, thank you. And may you always be protected and provided for in everything that you do and that you desire. Thank you. So let's talk about your tour. How did that be-
uh,
how did that begin? And tell me about the tour.
you know, I mean, I want to say, you know, you're most welcome first thing first, you know, and that's one of the things that I pride myself on. Um, I don't ever think of people as tourists. I don't entertain tourists, because I'm not entertaining really. You know, is more editing if anything. You know, what I mean, is education while you're being entertained for say, you know. And his love will come with, and we try to make certain that everybody will leave feel like family after they leave. You know what I mean? You know, we want to make that connection, you know, with our family them through what we are do. It's not, you know, some people might say, oh, it's a business, but honestly, we just become one keep on my lights and feed my family, and you know, we want to live nice too, you know, like everybody
Yes,
else. But really and
yes,
truly, this is way more than that to me. Um,
yes,
you know, so we have to show that compassion. The experience, as I said before, it's more than a tour; it's an experience, yeah. And we'll use a tagline and say, "Experience teaches wisdom." It's a thing now where in which you know we create out of wanting to share that information that we have within us. Um, you know, and just wanting wants to know that this is our ancestry, this is our thing, you know. Because there's so many stories out there that that surround black people, blessings, that surround black people that is about slavery. But this story is more about our victories, our
yes,
triumphs, how we have overcome, all
yes,
those adversities, all that we have been through as a people. And if you will go all over the world, and most of the stories we hear about black people, or African descendants, and all of that is about sufferation, is about trauma, is about this. We have to show the world now so that we have victory stories as well. And because I am not of a lineage of to say slaves or enslaved people, I'm a lineage of people who are warriors, rebellious people,
yes,
rebels.
yes,
I have to come and tell my story from my side and from my point of view. So I couldn't, come and tell back a slave story. I'd have to show ones that, listen, this was what happened in this time. And in this time, while people were undergoing suffering from oppression, these people were here fighting these people and being
Mm-hmm.
victorious
Mm-hmm.
too. It's not just fighting them, they have them surrendering to us. So we'd have to tell them stories there. So the thing, it's basically just, the whole experience is about just explaining to ones how our ancestors use this environment for food, shelter, weapon, and medicine.
Yeah.
And and just having people within the elements, just showing them. Somebody say, bring the theory and the practical in a one space,
Mm-hmm.
and and one's can able to interact with it right there and then. I mean, one's a see the herbs, them a understand what this herb is for. Them a see the environment and yeah, explain to them about the ancestors and how them use the environment, and them can actually be there and see why this makes sense, and it real to them. It's like, then them can know me not lie to them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because because you know what I mean, may I preach to the choir right now, which is you. Because you have been there, I experience it, it's like while you're there, you're visioning yourself being one of those people back
Yes.
then, what I mean, and your DNA are waiting. I mean, you that past you where did fight that battle come within that space, and it start become a remembrance to you, and you start feel yourself within the space. That is why it feels so to other people. Have nothing to do with me really. You know what I mean, me dead, and me I explain, but it's just the space, and just allowing people to open their mind. Just start that conversation for them, open their mind. And once them open their
Yes.
mind, all of that is all theirs right there. That's why I tell people all the time, no two experiences ever the same,
The same,
because
right?
every individual come with their own, yeah, every you come with your own personality, you come with your own things that you're searching for within
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
there's something that you're going to interact with within the space that is going to open up that for you. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring back that reflection. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I don't know how long you've been planning to start this movement with your YouTube and all of that.
Right.
But
Right.
I noticed after you do the tour, this happen. You get me? I deal it like, it's like you now can go in yourself and find what you truly, your true passion within yourself, to
Yeah.
exercise that out now for sure with others. And that's all of what we are trying to create. We're not trying to
Yes.
create an illusion or trying to create nothing where people just come and they're just walking through the bushes and them go to this wonderful falls. We're trying to create that remembrance, awakening that DNA memory. You know what I mean? So one's can able now to go out there, because me alone can't touch the whole world. You know
True.
what I mean? So we have
Mm-hmm.
to make certain say, yo, me
Mm-hmm.
awaken your spirit. So you can
Mm-hmm.
go out there and touch other people's life through
Mm-hmm.
these forums that you're using now, these platforms and
Exactly.
things where you're using now to do that. So you are
Exactly.
touch lives in a different way, because you and it's like that, and that's what we really are try bring forward. Is no fairy tale, is no dolly pop. Passionate about what we are do. And something it mean wholly to it. Is that's why even when the obstacles them come, is like the passion when you making it even see them like that. You
Mm-hmm.
get me? You just start see them as stepping
Mm-hmm.
stones. Like, wow, one
Yes.
more ladder. One, you go. It's like every time you see an obstacle come, you go up on the next level.
It
Because
activates
now this is a stepping
creativity.
stone, right? It's a next
Yes.
stepping stone you get to the next
Yes.
step that build. So you just climb on top of it.
I
You
love
get
it.
me? I deal with. Yeah, you
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
So, it's like I'm glad when I see them sometimes. Like me, I say, yo, see the next level here.
True, true,
You
true. Another level is coming.
get
Another
me?
level is
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. So you just climb. Yeah, and the step. Yeah,
Yeah.
people say, oh, your obstacles are your stepping stone, but literally, yeah, because it's gonna bring you to the next level.
Yes.
So you just step up on it and climb up on it, man. You know what I mean? As I say, we we're here for this, and this is what we are do. I think my born for this.
Yes.
I think there's nothing else I could not do. It's like people say, "What did I do?" And like, I can't even think about it. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Like, even all right. So I like clothes, and I going into the line now with Kromanti collections. I like planning
Yes.
events, and I like planning events. I have Kromanti Fest. I like giving back to people. I like I
Yes.
like taking care of children. I love children. So we
Yes.
have pickable branders. You know what I mean? And I like to talk. Like I like talk. You
Ooh,
get
you
me?
like to talk. I love
And
that.
yeah, you get me? Yeah, because I realize that that's my strength. I realize that my throat chakra is my strength. When I was smaller, people used to tell me like you talk too much and all of them little thing there. And like, look at me now, I'm talking and getting paid to talk. So you know what I mean? Stop beat down the youth them and you see some youth I do something sometime and understand the youth them and you feel like them for stay like you. Everybody couldn't stay the same. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So yeah, I like to talk, and now I'm talking, to a whole heap of people, on a daily basis, about my culture and about me. You know,
Yes.
um so yeah, it's just finding yourself. I said to somebody else the other day, is finding yourself, understanding yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
everything will come out of that. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you know yourself, everything within you that is for you that you should express out there you will find it. You get me? Because you know
Mm-hmm.
self and you search within self. It's like you have a drawer full of stuff and you look for this special pen. Once you
Mm-hmm.
search a drawer thoroughly enough, you will find that pen. One, and it's just same like self. Search within, and you will find it, man.
You'll find it.
Too much time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what we do every day. Just to try to make people search within themselves, so they can create. Yeah.
Mm. She said, throat chakra is
Just
revealing your gift. Look at Yvette. Look at
blessings, love.
Yvette.
Yeah, man. Um,
Yvette.
Yeah, man. So So it's that we create from all of what we are do. Um, and yeah, Kromanti Experience.
Yeah.
It's more than a tour; it's an
It's an
experience. You know.
experience. It's an experience. Now, the other thing I learned, I really didn't know much about Nanny when I went, but it caused me to do a little research into the Maroons, and I came up with some things like here that the Maroons were escaped slaves who formed communities in Jamaica and resisted British colonial rule. And they fought the British using guerrilla tactics and were able to maintain their freedom and independence. And they have a unique cultural identity with their own language, music, dance, and culinary traditions. And Nanny was one of the leaders of the Maroons in a certain area of Jamaica, right? So who was Queen
Yeah,
Nanny, as far as you know, and who were the Maroons? Well, we just talked about who the Maroons were, but
yeah, yeah. But yeah. It's for me. I, 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 it's hard for me to express about my ancestors in the term of runaway slave. Every
right,
time I hear that term, I
right,
cringe.
yes,
Um, and why is because people exist within the space before the Spaniards came here, and these people were called Cimarrones, which would have been the first set of Maroons by the Spaniards, which were
okay,
the Taino people. These same Taino people, is the ones that with the Africans they become when no in the English term they become the Maroons. You know, so now that you have that, you can't say, oh, the Maroons were runaway slaves. The Maroons were rebels who defeated the British. Let's express it like that.
okay,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Maroons were the ones who defended their freedom against the British and won. Why we keep on saying, oh, the Maroons were runaway? I don't want to have that title to my name. Oh,
Got
runaway
it.
slave. No. That's not how you describe me. You get me?
Right.
And there's no way or me I gonna take that for my ancestors either. You know what I mean? People were living within their space. It's not everybody within that space have ever been on a plantation. You have people who are born within the mountains and all of that to come fight for them for protect them freedom.
Mm-hmm.
We're never in a slavery at no point in time. So
Mm.
we can't be
So you're
here
saying it's not
expressing that
true.
all the time, you know.
So you're saying it's not true that Nanny was brought over from Ghana?
And there's many stories that surround it as well. And as I said, you know, we still a dig and we are dig and we are dig because we're gonna find the concrete proof
True.
of it.
Yeah.
But you know, we look at it and realize that everything that these people do, the colonizers done, they try to connect their self to us to make it seems like, oh, without them, we
Uh-huh.
wouldn't, you
We
know what I
don't have a
mean? Yeah,
story.
you know, till remember back then you have some people that say, yo, black people for glad for slavery because it make a come on the side and I live them good life here and everybody else in Africa dead
Mm,
for hungry. So
mm,
them type of thing there now make me now feel like, oh no, um, me and now gonna say the same thing then. You cannot call me runaway slave and me call myself that. So, oh, somebody asked me, oh, who are the Maroons as a Maroon now? I'm gonna tell them, say, yo, I know some me want runaway slave, you idiot.
right.
You get me? We
Right.
cannot have that conversation. So, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to, you know what I mean, ask me, and I'm going to tell you that, you know, I'm a descendant of the people who defeated the British. And
Okay.
that is what me represent. The
Okay.
person who the set of people who invented the camouflage, the set of people who perfected the guerrilla warfare and used that same tactics to defeat the British. I could have used why all every time you are trying to describe me, you gonna mention say me a runaway slave. No,
Mm-hmm.
another conversation there. That another
Mm-hmm.
conversation that me I got old. All the Marines and established runaway slave and established homes in the mountain. We lived there before. This is where we
Mm-hmm.
live.
Mm-hmm.
This is our
Mm-hmm.
home. We were there. The British leave all the way across the sea and come over here, come mess with other people while them go to Africa. Yeah, some people come through that, of course, yeah. But it's not all Maroons are ones who escape enslavement. You know what I mean? So we can't just use that broad brush. Why is that? You know what I mean? That I think that for every one of them, so even the ones that born in the mountains and live there, you know, the war lasted for 82 years. So what you want to tell me, so that 60-year-old man him was a no. And that are the narrative we have to feed, because we have to tell it, you know what I mean? We have to tell it from that space. And it's that is
Yes.
why Rastafari was the fate that I'd have to find for able to project this to from that logical standpoint. And not
Mm-hmm.
because we want to you know, just make people feel comfortable or politically correct for say.
Mm-hmm.
We have to make sense that when I tell the story, I talk it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is
Mm-hmm.
naked, so you give the naked truth. You know,
Right.
yeah, yeah. You know, we can't really run here and try and make nobody think of my ancestors them as runaway slave. These people are
Right.
people who invented the camouflage. Let's start describing our people like that. And we
Yes.
have to do
Who's
that, you know. We
camouflage?
can't
And
allow
where
people to
today?
write these narratives. You get
The
me?
camouflage that I'm
Yeah, we
wearing
can't.
today.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
that.
why is it that every time we repeat that, but oh, um, and I hope I hope this is recording. Someone can get the recording here now,
It is.
because we're there, you know, like because why is it that we keep saying these things though, and we repeating it? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and them write it in some places and we read it back on them thing there and
Yeah,
say,
because we
it's like
don't
me have
know.
to start write
Because we
something.
don't know.
It's
That's
like
why
me,
brothers like you to explain and tell us the truth. Because we don't know. We're just reading what they wrote for us.
yeah, like just the logics of it. All right, so the first person runway. here one,
Mm-hmm.
and 10 of them run away, and them run to the mountains. You want to tell me, say, at here, 50, the people who live in the mountains are runaway slaves too?
Ooh,
Just
wait a
imagine,
minute. You
because
hear?
it's 82,
Hold on, hold on.
it's
Hear
82
what Yvette
years.
said. Hear what Yvette said. Yvette said, so the colonizer discovering Jamaica like they discover America. I call it breaking and entering.
That is right. That's burglary. Yeah, yeah. You get me? You leave your yard and come in at my place and come take out my things them and leave with them too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Same them doing in Africa. That's burglary. You know what I mean? So so what we are talking about with people them now, we have to think about it properly. These 50-year-old men who were fight, their parents were on a plantation for say an escape and have them in the mountain and him grow up to become 50 and out there as a general upon the battlefield. You mention him as an enslaved that run away. No. This man born right here in the mountain, in the Blue Mountain, and is right here, so him come from, and him
Mm-hmm.
never runner from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay.
So just this and describing, and him maybe did come up with some um medicine of a cure something at the time. So he was a healer. So that is what he was. Him fight on the battlefield sometime, but him mix up potions to heal people, and that's what him was. Him is not no runaway slave.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And we not gonna have them discussion there on my people. Nobody not gonna have me sit down and have that discussion there, They say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
my people were runaways. No, not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I
Yes.
will not going to use that as something that's to describe all of them. Maybe some of
Mm-hmm.
them run away from plantations, of course, yeah, but not all. So that should
Okay.
never be how they describe our people. And
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, we're not gonna allow that. And as I
Mm-hmm.
said, that is why Kromanti Experience exists. We'll have to make certain say, yo, so what you tell me, so me I run away slave now. I'm never live on a plantation yet. Like, yeah, maybe when we live at Kingston, 'cause Kingston is kind of a plantation. But yeah, you know what I mean? But, yeah, well, maybe me run away from that plantation that you hear now. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
you know, maybe me, but not my ancestors. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Got it.
And we're not going give that story about them no more. We're not
Yes.
going, you know what I mean? We're not going to entertain
Not
it.
gonna entertain
You
that
get
story.
me?
So
Yeah.
with regards to Nanny, she's lauded one of Jamaica's national heroes, but she was a skilled military leader and a wise spiritual leader as well. And she
Right.
organized the Maroons for guerrilla warfare against the British using the mountainous terrain to her advantage. And under her leadership, the Maroons were able to win several battles against the British, leading to the signing of peace in 1739. So Nanny was a military leader way back then.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful that a woman was leading military strikes against the British and won actually won the battle with the British to establish
Um.
our independence and our freedom.
The thing is, and I've seen, it get done in America a lot of time, and every time it happen, I cringe. Um. When one say the first black woman to do this, maybe the first black woman in America, but surely
Mm-hmm.
not the first black woman to do nothing. You
Mm-hmm.
know. In the sense of saying black woman been on top from a longer while.
Mm-hmm.
Black woman oh my god. Sorry, that I call it that coming. Yeah, black woman been doing great things. African people are matriarchal peoples. is a more European thing when it get patriarchal, when it start become that. If you
Yeah.
just check it, just look at the history of Africa. We're
Yeah.
matriarchal. So for Queen Nanny to be a leader, that wasn't strange to our people.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange to the colonizers, and that is why it seems so much. That's when we even talk about it. So, yo, it was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
No, that natural. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You talk about Queen and Zinga, you talk about yeah, Santua. You can call a couple more names who were, Harriet Tubman. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Women have been a main force within African families. It's a European thing when we start belittle woman them and make it seems like so when even a feminist movement start, that was white woman screaming out for freedom and getting black woman involved in that. That black
Mm-hmm.
woman ever run things from a long time. Nobody not give granny a talk.
Mm-hmm.
You get me idea with black woman been if you look even in America, look at the powerful people in our communities, always a woman. You have
Mm-hmm.
people where are gangsters and them hide from the little granny from down the road. She can't see him
Mm-hmm.
even a smoke a cigarette. And him
Yeah.
is this big bad gangster. You
Yeah.
get what I deal with? So we've
Yeah.
been like this a long time. It's not new to us, as a people, but
Mm-hmm.
as the colonial construct. So when you talk about Queen Nanny now, it's like, yeah, as a woman, of course, we like the fact that we have that woman out there to show. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't want it, and that is why we have to remember, so she is an example of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Mm-hmm.
want people to because I'm my queen, So I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, me I done great who she was and what she have done. But what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying to black woman, African woman, that is you. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing strange among us to the colonizers it is. But there's nothing strange among us that she did. Because that is who we be as a
Mm-hmm.
people. Black
Mm-hmm.
women have been when it even seems like, oh, women are fighting to get work and workspace, black woman been working. It's a white woman thing that like a colonized, like, well, after just black woman been working in our villages for centuries. Black woman never stop work. They always say them have try fight for equality. Black woman not equal to nobody. So we don't need them, no need to fight for equality. The woman itself, the woman are the portal between the physical and the spiritual. So it's not getting higher than that. And then when you go talk about black woman now, gone on another level. So why is it that we are talking about equality? There's no equal in it. And for make a woman a downgrade herself in the sense of fighting to be normal when she's extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Like it's our woman them start them as witch before now because these women carry these spiritual powers that Queen Nanny have.
Right.
That buckle axe, that thing that within her, that fierceness, this mother and notice the end, notice the dogs. The female dogs are the most aggressive. Just look at the female in within our animals. The lions. This have been something. This control thing is a man white man thing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because there's always balance within African families.
Mm-hmm.
So what Queen Nanny have done, and I talk about her highly and what she have done and why I talk about it like that is not saying, oh, our woman them can't achieve that in a this time.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the battles, whatever the struggles, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you are fight right now, you can overcome that because that is who we are as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Among black people, that normal.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, amongst white people, it's gonna look, oh my God, and they're gonna write about it. But amongst that normal man,
Mm-hmm.
you get
Mm-hmm.
me? And I have to say, hats off to her in a time like that when she do it and she
Right.
conquer and she do it. So she great. I will give thanks to her for lead and our great leader, of course, like every one of our other great leaders. And I can say in a real time to based on when she do it, should have to get that real big up.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Whew, guys, this has been quite the conversation. See how he talks with passion. I don't know. We have a little disconnect here, right here. The passion with which he speaks about the ancestors and about what he does down there in Jamaica. Listen, if you ever make it to Jamaica, check out Kromanti Experience tour. It's a short hike, and it's a hike that's not on an incline, right? It's kind of a level hike, and then you have some steps down to the waterfalls, which they call the Nanny Falls, which they call Nanny Falls. And, uh-oh, we've lost him. So, we've lost him. So yeah, so if you go, I'm gonna leave the description to Kromanti Experience in the description box. If you go to Jamaica, check that out. It's a very reasonably priced tour, and then you can walk down to the waterfalls and like bathe in the river under the waterfalls. It's really something. Oh my goodness, what an education. I'm so happy to have had him here. I've been trying to get him for a while, but it worked out just perfectly, right? He's the last guest for the Black History series, and what an education he gave us today. I want to thank. It is the Kromanti Experience. Yes, it's a day trip. It's not a whole day. As a matter of fact, it's okay. Let me tell you about my time there. The hike itself was about 20 minutes, and then you go down to the waterfall and you can bathe in the river, be under the waterfall, what have you. You come back up, and then there is a lunch included. So yeah, it's just a few hours, maybe a maximum of 4 hours, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, and oh my gosh, being there in the in the in the bushes, in the mountains, with all the foliage and the greenery and the stuff, and the path is clear for you to walk to. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. Yes, well, some of the food was the original food that the Maroons used to eat. Some of it I really and truly and honestly did not. I'm not a foodie, so I don't experiment much with food. But they also had regular food, and I had like chicken and rice and peas and things like that. So no, it wasn't ITEL per se, but it was some of the original foods that the Maroons used to eat from the plants and stuff that were in the area. Mm-hmm. What else? What else? Yeah. So it was a beautiful tour, and as I said before, they took such good care of my sister, and yeah, they were very kind to her. I mentioned before, I saw a plant that you could use for soap. It would lather up just like soap, right? We saw the biggest the biggest variety of fern. Oh, you would love this, Yvette. The biggest variety of the fern is right down there, grows right down there along the the um the the path. What do you call it? The trail? The biggest fern, I think that's the Norfolk fern. And then another plant that was interesting was the plant that does something weird when there's a storm getting ready to happen. So they would know that a storm was coming when that plant started to do things like that. So very interesting tour, and he gives all this information as we walk. So yeah, you should check that out when you go down to Jamaica. And well, I want to thank you, Yvette, for joining me today. You are like a faithful warrior. I appreciate that. And we will see you next week. Next week, I'm going to have Lamar. She is in the Cayman Islands right now. She was on Stephanie Perry's channel a couple of weeks ago, and she's gonna come and she's actually, I found out she's actually a Maroon from Jamaica. She's a descendant of Maroons from Jamaica. So she said she was going to be here today, but I didn't see her. But she's going to be here to tell her story, and she's going to do some chanting and stuff as well. So I will thank you very much for joining us today, and I will see you. I love you, girl. Great convo. I definitely want to get to Jamaica very soon. Well, I'm planning a trip to Jamaica because the people from Paula's talk last week. Oh, he's trying to join us again. The people from Paula's talk um piped up that they wanted a trip to Jamaica. And now with Kromanti, yeah, so we can work that in. And another person reached out to me and said they want to go to Jamaica with us when we go. So he's back, and I'm just gonna ask him what he wants to big up himself for in this season, and then we're gonna close out. Hey,
Hold
brother,
on, I don't want to.
coming back.
Yeah, I don't want. Hold on. I don't want to cut off again.
We're
So
gonna be
hold
quick.
on. All right, yeah, because that was battery life just now.
Oh, okay. So
All
what you
right,
said
so
before
yeah,
for you?
what I want to big up myself for,
Yes.
I'm gonna get some light for my face. All right, cool. What I want to big up myself for this year, what I mean, so far, in the first ever, we create a vision board, and we execute the things I'm off of the vision board, and so far so good. What I mean, so I want to big up myself for just sticking to the task, um, and just doing the right thing. What I mean, just yeah, just doing the right thing. So we have to big up yourself for sticking to the task. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And doing
Yes.
the thing them the right way, and
Cheers to
putting it out
you.
there for people. Yeah, give
Good
thanks.
for you. Good for
Yeah,
you.
man.
I'm
Yeah,
proud
man.
of you for that. Proud of you for that. Now, Yvette, that was in the
Yeah,
chat.
man.
She was asking about the tour. So I was telling her about the tour. So I'll put your information about the tour in the description box. And I'm getting ready to
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
a trip to Jamaica. So we will. Oh, look at Marilyn B. Marilyn B. I am getting ready to plan a little tour to Jamaica. So we'll definitely come see you. Right?
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Definite, man. And so to the ones that big up, as I say, share this video. What I mean? Comment on it, share all of the video them on the channel that support the movement. What I mean? This one is a great one. And what I mean? Yeah, we give thanks to it. 'Cause we express some things today that we never even expressed before within them spaces. So when I meet him for the first time, I wanna ask him the most vulnerable side. So yeah, man.
Oh,
Love.
love. Thank
Yeah,
you,
man. Yeah,
Marie.
man. Love and honor to the ones them, man. And as I say, keep supporting. And big up on yourself
All
every time.
right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you soon. Okay.
Yeah, man. Love and honor. Thanks for having
All
me. And big up to
right.
the ones them again. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely. All right. Bye.
Bless.
Yes, Marilyn, catch the replay, girl. It was fire. It was good. It was good. It was really good. I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised that you guys understood, especially you, Yvette. You understood his because the most of the time he was talking in patois, Jamaican patois. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you understood what he was saying. You want to comment on that? How you understand what he was saying, Yvette? Oh, Oh my goodness. Girl, my dad's from Trinidad. Your dad's from Trinidad. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh my God. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign off and get ready for the plantation tomorrow. Gotta take a trip. Oh, Marilyn B, I'm planning that trip. I'm putting that trip together, girl. I am putting that trip together. And this tour from this guy that we just had on, you are going to love it. You bring somebody with you when you go. You are going to love this trip. It's a beautiful, easy hike to the waterfall. And then you can go down into the river. I had some pictures, but just look up tell you what you do. Look up Kromanti Experience on Instagram and you'll see. Kromanti Experience on Instagram. I'm going to put it in the description box. And Marilyn B says, I've been to Jamaica 3 times. Whoa. It's a place you want to go over and over and over again, man. And when I go, I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back. But yeah, I'm going to plan a little trip for us. It's going to be a spiritual trip. So we're going to go see Paula, right? Paula Herlock. And then we're going to go see Kromanti Experience. All right. All right, you guys. I will see you next week. Next week, we're going to have Lamar. It's going to be something else. It's going to be something else. Come prepared for a spiritual experience next week with Lamar. See you. Bye, guys. Love you all so much.